What is the stress? Let's answer it short. Stress is the body's physical and psychological response to a challenge, demand, or perceived threat. It can be helpful in small amounts, but harmful when it is intense or long-lasting. There are two main types. Acute stress, short-term stress, such as before an exam, job interview, or public speech. It usually goes away once the situation is over. Chronic stress, long-term stress caused by ongoing problems, such as financial difficulties, work pressure, or relationship issues. Chronic stress can negatively affect both physical and mental health. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones increase your heart rate, breathing, and alertness, often called the fight or flight response. Common symptoms of stress include feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or irritable, trouble concentrating, headaches or muscle tension, difficulty sleeping, fatigue, changes in appetite. Managing stress can involve regular exercise, getting enough sleep, practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or meditation, staying connected with supportive people, and addressing the source of the stress when possible. Here's a fictional story about a boy struggling with stress. Every morning, 16-year-old Liam woke up before his alarm. Not because he wanted to, but because his mind refused to rest. What if I fail today's test? What if I disappoint my parents? What if everyone realizes I'm not good enough? Those thoughts greeted him before the sun did. At school, Liam smiled when his friends talked to him. He laughed at their jokes. He answered the teacher's questions. From the outside, he looked like an ordinary student. Inside, however, it felt as though he was carrying an invisible backpack filled with heavy stones. Every assignment felt like a mountain. Every mistake felt like a disaster. Every comparison with other students made the backpack even heavier. One afternoon, Liam received a math test back. He scored 87%. Most students would have celebrated. Liam only saw the missing 13%. He crumpled the paper into his backpack and whispered, "I'm not trying hard enough." That evening, he sat at his desk for 6 straight hours. Books covered every inch of the table. His eyes burned. His head pounded. Yet every time he thought about taking a break, guilt pulled him back into his chair. Days turned into weeks. He slept less. He smiled less. Even the hobbies he once loved, drawing, football, and playing guitar, no longer brought him joy. One rainy afternoon, his English teacher noticed Liam sitting alone in the classroom after school. "You've been carrying something heavy," she said gently. Liam looked confused. "I'm fine." His teacher smiled. "You don't have to be falling apart for someone to notice you're struggling." Those words broke the wall Liam had built around himself. For the first time in months, he admitted the truth. "I'm exhausted. I'm scared of failing. I feel like no matter how hard I work, it's never enough." Instead of giving him a lecture, the teacher simply listened. When Liam finished speaking, she said something he would never forget. "Your grades measure your performance. They do not measure your worth." That sentence stayed in Liam's mind. He began making small changes. He slept 8 hours instead of 5. He studied with planned breaks. He started drawing again on weekends. When he made mistakes, he asked himself, "What can I learn?" instead of "What's wrong with me?" The stress didn't disappear overnight. Some days were still difficult. But little by little, the invisible backpack became lighter. Liam realized that strength wasn't pretending everything was okay. Real strength was asking for help, accepting imperfection, and remembering that no achievement was more important than his health. And for the first time in a long time, when his alarm rang in the morning, it wasn't fear that woke him up. It was hope. Stress is something everyone experiences, but it doesn't have to define who you are. Liam's story reminds us that even the strongest people can struggle silently, and that's okay. By asking for help, taking small steps, and treating ourselves with kindness, we can slowly lighten the invisible weight we carry. Remember, your grades, mistakes, or achievements do not determine your worth. There is always hope, and every small step toward better mental health is a step toward a brighter future.